Summertime is all about the beach, barbecues, and fireworks. But do you ever wonder what goes into making a fireworks show? We spoke with Trisha Harren from Atlas Fireworks to learn all about it. Whether it's a perfect 4th of July summer night or freezing cold New Year's Eve, a fireworks show always draws a crowd. Trisha Harren is responsible for putting on several fireworks shows across the state, including the 4th of July display in Clinton, Mass.
I'm a licensed shooter in Massachusetts and Connecticut, and I go around with a crew and do display fireworks.
A shooter is the person in charge of setting up the show, launching the fireworks, and most importantly, keeping everyone safe. Trisha is the only female licensed shooter in Massachusetts. Getting the license is no easy task.
You have to be doing fireworks for at least, I believe it was 3 years. You also have to be signed off by 2 other technicians in the state of Mass. And then there's also a query form, taking a written exam, multiple choice, true and false.
Trisha has a civil engineering degree from Wentworth Institute of Technology and has been working with New Hampshire-based Atlas Pyrovision Productions for 11 years.
Whenever I first started doing this, my job was doing the finale. From working with that and my experience with it, I've come to learn that people really remember the finale and they remember the big loud booms at the end. So I really focus my show and I try to give the best finale that I can. For the most part, I consider myself more of a designer.
When designing the show, there are thousands of different types of fireworks and effects to choose from.
There's so many different ones. Like, for instance, you have a smiley face, you have hearts and stuff. Actually, written right on the shell is it could be a brocade, it could be a dahlia. Most of them are actually named after flowers, believe it or not, because up in the sky it looks like a big flower going off. I know I've been doing this for 11 years, but I still have, you can't fathom how many different effects that there could be.
Most firework displays are about 20 minutes long, but setting up takes much longer. Trisha has a crew to help get the fireworks ready for takeoff.
I usually have myself, my husband works on my crew, and a couple of other of our friends. So about 4 to 5.
You and your husband work together?
Yes, we do.
Now you have to tell us if your wedding had any big display.
No, our wedding didn't have a big display, but usually on our wedding anniversary, we're always usually doing a fireworks show because it's in July. And that's my busiest month.
And how about New Year's?
Oh, yes. For the past couple of years, I've been the license on the first night in Boston, the family show, the one that they do at 7.
Each show is made up of hundreds, sometimes thousands of fireworks. Crew members spend most of the day attaching electronic matches or e-matches to the individual shells. The shells then get loaded into tubes. When the e-match receives an electric pulse, it lights the fuse and the shell gets launched into the air. The electric pulse is controlled by a panel.
A panel, it's basically a big computer with buttons on it, and we use that to set off the fireworks, and it can be done manually, which is just flipping switches, or I can actually choreograph a display where I download from a computer, hit a button, and it all goes off.
I always imagined the people who work on the fireworks show are running up, lighting the fire and seeing it go, and then, they duck and cover. It's nothing like that.
Well, now it's not. I mean, fireworks has come so far, even in the past year. What you're talking about is more like the hand fire. The runner goes, loads it into where the tube is that it's being launched from. There's someone else with a flare ready to light it. That's a little scary.
Fireworks have a creative side and a technical side, but they also have a dangerous side. Part of being a licensed shooter is having permits in order and making sure all safety regulations are being followed.
I think the hardest part of my job is making sure that the people that come to watch my show are safe. my crew is safe. That's definitely goes into the design of the show, and safety is our number one, and safety is one of the biggest factors. I know a lot of it is working with explosives, but there's a lot of respect that comes with it too. You just have to realize what you're working with and realize that things can happen.
As showtime approaches, the crew finishes setting up. Last but not least, a few safety and operational tests are run.
Everything checked out, everything's where it should be, and it doesn't get much better than that.
The crew is ready to go, and the audience shuffles in. Now everyone waits patiently for the sun to set and the show to begin. And the crowd goes wild.
I actually feel like a rock star. Like this past week, I've had 6 shows, and you really feel like a rock star. Once the show is done, you hear millions and millions of people screaming. Maybe not millions, but thousands, and it's phenomenal. It makes the hard work that you put into it worth it because people enjoy what you've done for them.
So what's next for this rock star?
Actually, this year, Atlas is representing the United States in Montreal for the international competition up there. I'm one of the technicians that are going up there to work on it.
Shortly after the taping of this interview, Trisha and Atlas Pyrovision Productions brought home the gold from the Montreal International Fireworks Competition. Trisha has some advice for anyone thinking about putting on their own show at home.
Not to, for one. I know people want to celebrate at the same rate. They don't know what they're working with, and they're not familiar with some of the things that could go wrong and what to do if something like that happens. So, it's all about being safe. If you want to do fireworks, go and watch a display. Come see one of mine.
Go see an Atlas show,
Yes.
Kids. That was quite an explosive process for making a dynamite show. Remember, kids, don't try this at home. Thanks so much for watching the magazine. I'm Alexandra Grace, WMCT.